This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got Ned with Zip Squad Entertainment, the man behind it. How's life, my guy?
It's going good, man. Just trying to branch out and network with everybody. You know, I see what you guys do down here. And I know you guys are a very influential source out here, so I wanted to come out and tap in with the collective.
Appreciate that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
How's New Year's so far?
Good, man. I don't know. Can we cuss on here? Excuse my language. If you want me to keep it PG.
Nah, yeah, you
PG for at least 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah, 5 minutes in, and yeah.
I got pretty messed up with my in-laws at their house. You know, with my lady and her sister and all that. We was just taking shots back to back. 233 roll around, and it just hit me, man. And I end up throwing everything. We all end up throwing up, man. We just all got blacked out drunk.
So what were you on?
It started with Crown Vanilla. I usually make mixed drinks, so it was the Crown Vanilla with some cream soda, and then I like 1800, so that was what I brought personally.
So you went to tequila right after.
Then her sister's people pull up, and he has rum, and he's only taking shots. So it was it was one of them kind of nights.
Yeah, I stick to one thing,
and I usually don't even drink like at all.
That's
you
what
know
they
I'm
say.
saying?
Yeah, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Bro.
Everybody do say that. They tell a
I usually
story.
don't drink though, bro. Let's start though from the beginning. Where you originally from?
Born in Conroe, Texas, but I'm a military brat. So as soon as I was born, I kind of jumped around. I jumped up to Virginia for a few months. I don't remember much of that. And then like once I started school and everything, my mom got stationed back down here in Fort Hood. So most of my childhood was there, and when she would get deployed, I would move out to the 979 area, Bryan College Station, with my peoples out there. So basically, it was just back and forth between those two my whole life, up until now.
So how was childhood, especially being a military brat?
It was different, man. You get so many different perspectives. One thing I found out when I sat down one day, just really faded, and I acknowledged it, and I was like, every year from I think grade school when it started up until 8th grade, I moved every single year. So it was like every single year I had to meet new people. It's a new environment, new city, whatever. And so that's kind of where I feel like how I try to grab as many people as I do from the blog. It's just I'm kind of used to it. Like that was the way I grew up. But it was cool, man. I met a lot of great people. A lot of people I'm still tapped in with. And it just helped kind of build the infrastructure of what this is right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And it makes it easy when you get older. That's all you're going to have. You're going to see people, and you just come and go. You're not going to meet those people and stay with them first. So that's good, for when you're growing up. Were you able to play any sports doing all that moving around?
Yeah. It was just sporadic. Like, I started in Killeen doing Pee-wee close to the south side, over on the south side. And then junior high I played when I moved to my other people's crib. Shout out to the 979. Shout out to them boys, man. I played out there in Navasota, a little country's town, for a little bit. And then I came back here. And I stayed in Cove. My mom, she was like, I've moved y'all so much, me and my sister. So once we got to Cove in 2008, she was like, y'all are good. Y'all can stay here till we finish everything out. So that's where, the homestead is now and stuff.
Is that Copper's Cove? No. Is that what it is? Copper's Cove,
Copper's
right?
Cove,
yeah. I see that a lot. I've never been there, but I see that name all the time.
It's a quaint little city, man. It's trying to grow, but it's certain towns have certain mentalities, and that one's definitely on the older mentality, if that makes sense.
In Texas, there's a lot of that old mentality.
Yeah.
That's why Austin's really popping right now, because that old mentality is really phased out.
Yeah.
A lot, but
a lot more
of course
alternative thinking is allowed freely.
Yeah, it's a young city for real.
Yeah.
College town.
Right.
That helps too.
Right. So it's cool to an extent. You definitely don't want to stay there too long if you're not, just every single day, just a 9-to-5 worker. Like that's really the only time you want to be there. If that's all you're gonna do, you're just gonna go home, go to work, go home. But if you're trying to like pursue anything and you're out, it's a hassle. It's always a hassle,
You gotta watch for the cops.
Yeah, exactly. They just had a situation where a cop shot a lady on the street the street that my peoples live on. Yeah, it was a road rage incident. He was off duty. He swerved past her, or she swerved past him because she was in an emergency and he didn't know that. So he just hitting his ego, cut her back off, and he had a kid in the car. And that was the worst part, and shot the lady, and he ended up getting fired and all that. But yeah.
Dang.
It's like that. So I try not to, I stay in Killeen now. Yeah.
Yeah. And how was your high school? Who was you hanging out with in the What high school did you go to?
Copper's Cove.
Copper's Cove.
Yeah. I was a athletic dude, so I just stayed with like I guess the jock type dudes. You know, dudes that was in sports, played football and stuff. A lot of the ones I'm friends with though, they ended up kind of falling off throughout the years just because they were real strict with sports.
Mm-hmm.
So if you miss too many practices, once we got a little older, people started doing stuff like smoking. You pop hot, you're done. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I know a lot of dudes that play sports and still play sports. A few of them play overseas. A few of them play in their respective divisions and stuff. But it's a great area to just breed people who can think for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has kind of their own thing they end up finding, and then they're able to kind of go through with that, which is what I fuck with about Cove. So,
Yeah. What got you into blogging?
Man, it's a whole story, but.
Or would you call it blogging, or what would you call it? Because people call it blogging, but.
Yeah, no, I'm a blogger.
Okay,
yeah, I'm a blogger. It started at my homeboy's house before I thought I could make music. And I talked to another blogger, and he said he feels like all bloggers tried to make music first and then just realized they weren't going to do it. And that's how it was with me, too. Like, I made, like, 2 songs with my homeboy, bullshitting, or BSing, I'm sorry. And
you made it past the 5 minutes, so are you good?
Oh, okay. We were doing our thing, and I'm thinking that I'm making music, and so I think outwardly a lot. I like to project in a sense. And so I was like, I know there's so many people out here that do music. I just assumed. And that was right when Sean Cotton started Say Cheese in like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that was really it. I saw that. I used to chop it up with the homeboys every day and just be like, bro, there's so much talent. Like, there needs to be a platform that highlights it. And granted, I used to come to Austin a lot back then, actually. But I didn't have foresight into like all the other media outlets that were already out here. So I'm just hitting like South by Southwest and seeing everything. And I'm like, bro, we can do that here. We can extend that network to here. It's a 45-minute drive if you really just focus on driving and no BS. So that was how I started, and I did other stuff too before. Like, I'm a creative, so I paint, I do graphics, I manage people, and I blog. So it started with me just being at the homeboy's house wasting time, and I would actually paint, do graphics, and then so doing graphics, I'm working on cover arts and stuff like that. It just kind of transitioned that way naturally.
Worked its way into.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What artists did you listen to growing up? And then my next question is like, what do you think makes a star? Because I don't think there's any stars anymore outside of the ones that are already created back in the up to the early 2000s. Maybe Drake, the last one.
Yeah, like household name.
Yeah, like a star, like a larger than life star.
Yeah.
DMX, Tupac.
I grew up with a lot of variety. So just to kind of give it, I would say a range. Like I could pull up like Andre 3K, some older stuff that he did when he was on Outkast. I could pull up some D12. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I could pull up, some 50. But that's because I have brothers that are like in their 40s now. I'm the youngest of 4. So I have older brothers that kind of, when I'd get up and be ready for school or what have you, they're kind of blaring their music. So I kind of got hip to the stuff they did, like Lupe Fiasco, people like that, the Gorillas, you know what I'm saying? More alternative.
Gorillas,
more alternative hip hop, stuff like that, but stuff that really spoke to you. So I kind of like when people get on beats and like tell stories. It don't even have to be the older style. It could be on the newer tempo, like the Miko flow, that faster tempo with the ad-libs. But if you can get on it and tell a nice story, leading into your next answer, I think that's part of what makes a star is being able to tell a story, being able to get on a beat and articulate something like a real idea, not just. We did a review last night, and my co-host Steve made a great point on one song. It sounded great, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's hard." And as soon as I said that, he was like, "But bro wasn't saying nothing." And it made me bust out laughing because he wasn't. It seemed like such a deep song. And it was just like, I'm out on the street. I stay with my heat. Catch me with a freak. And it's like you just jump from being in the streets to being with a woman. It's just not.
No, yeah, there's no.
The idea is just kind of, there's not no real format to it. So I think part of it is being able to tell a story. I think part of it is eye candy. You have to look a certain part. And I know that sounds a type of way, but I learned that in sports. It's a way you present yourself. It's just like going to the corner store or the gas station and getting some candy.
Look at Biggie even. He wasn't the most in shape at all, but
right.
he dressed fly.
He dressed real player.
Mm-hmm.
He just found a style that worked for him, and then he existed in that. and he pressed that. And sometimes you got to take time to figure that out. You may have to cut your hair. You may have to, shave or gain a few pounds and figure it out. But I think the look is part of it too.
You think somebody like a lot of people said about Pac, I always go back to him, and even DMX, when they walked into a room, everybody knew. Oh, like you just knew it. Yeah. There's none of that.
It's a confidence that goes in with your image too. Sports thing. Deion Sanders always says, you look good, feel good, play good, good, pay good. You feel me? It all runs in line. So once you feel into your identity as an artist, and then you start to really exist in that, not question yourself, even if people don't like it, saying whatever, this is what it is, this is what you take, in a respectful manner. I think that aspect too, that ingenuity about yourself, it shows for itself. A few artists, I'll name 16 Walk Hard, Bandman Chaos. They found who they are as artists, so when they do go out, that's what you're gonna get as an artist. You may not know the song, but it's gonna be something because they brought that same energy behind their character consistently. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
I'm just curious.
And then I think getting out there, just getting out, tapping in with the community or the venues and getting yourself known. I think those 4 or 5 things would really make a quality start. I mean, you can get a machine behind you, but at this point, we all know it's just knowing the game. We can all go find the information, so I don't really want to say that. That's kind of up for grabs.
You got to have a connection still.
Yeah.
You said you mentioned Deion Sanders. Have you seen his son doing the media stuff? He's pointed it out to me a lot about what he's doing on YouTube. He's like killing it.
I don't think I have.
You haven't seen? Check out it's called Well Off Media. Basically, he's just getting documenting Deion Sanders everything. You know what I'm saying? He's right there showing from when they move into the school. Deion Sanders changing he's showing like everything. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta check it out on YouTube. Yeah, he's changing the game.
It's like the new Ball in the Family, but better.
Well, I mean, it's not produced like that. It's just kind of he's filming from his phone, just
vlogging,
filming, vlogging basically. Okay. But it's Deion Sanders and getting that type of access.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's smart though.
It's crazy.
Check it out though,
Keep
man. He's doing this thing.
Yeah, because he's the one who's like not playing football, so he's running the media. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like, so check it out.
It's a couple of guys. They run Down South Cajun Eats. The Dooms Twins. It's a popular crawfish food spot out here. We played sports up at Southwestern. I only stayed for a semester, but I played ball with them, and that's exactly what they did. One of them was a running back, and the other dude did like the stats. They ended up starting a business, and now they're about to be in like their second or third building.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shout out to that. I love that.
And just watching it, like, because they document it too. They've had Saucy Santana. I think they've had a few athletes come through, like really, really high profile names, just to come eat and celebrate.
Food's the way to people's heart.
Yeah. So I think that's smart, documenting it and then building that. You know what I'm saying? Because you start to become attracted with the story. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
Yeah, facts.
Do you think it's dangerous being a rapper now, in the sense of the recent killings, and on top of that, rappers killing themselves with fentanyl, not knowing what's in their drugs? I hate to put you on the spot.
I wouldn't say it's more dangerous.
Because these fools popping pills and rapping about popping pills. Some fools ain't even popping pills and inspiring people to do it.
I would just say the kids nowadays are more willing to be reckless, because the same types of constructs that we were under before, just at a base level, don't even exist anymore. That's just from lifestyle to sexuality to day-to-day things. The same types of things that would have kept us in a box to maybe not go commit a certain crime or do a certain things, those, to a lot of these kids, that never even was a wall from 6, 7, 8. And so they just grew up into it, and they're just like, all right, for sure. And now a lot of them really live what they rap, and that's just, it's a process, and it's part of a system at play that just can't, you got to break the whole thing down. It's a whole other process. It's a whole other conversation. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of them even have full understanding of what the repercussions are, and just like, this is what I want. As a person, you have that right. You know what I mean? So it's
too many crash dummies out here.
Yeah.
So from the outside, you're in Killeen. What do y'all think about the Austin scene from out there? I ask a lot of people, but from the blogger's perspective.
As a person, I like Austin. As a blogger, I think Austin is a great is a great example of what Killeen could be, what Killeen is starting to become as far as the events and everything kind of seeming like it is coming together. And I think it's starting to, especially the last like 6 months. A lot more venues have kind of come to the forefront with a lot more events for the public that I've seen. A lot more independent businesses starting up and everything like that. And then the city actually getting involved. Like there's one called Space Create Studios. I think.
Yes, I want to talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. How do you feel about that? I mean, she got I don't know if you noticed, but I've been about this.
You put me up on it.
Yeah.
No cap.
What's her name?
Honestly, I haven't met the sister yet, so I couldn't even tell you her name.
I've been friends with her on Facebook, so I've been following the story. We were supposed to do a show with her when we were doing music a couple years ago, but we didn't show because we were doing the photo shoot with the girl.
Oh,
Tony, I think something like that. But she applied for a grant from Killeen and got like 200, was like $250 or something.
Yeah, she got a good little bag.
Yeah, the city gave her $250, and she built this facility. They got podcasts, got a studio. Yeah. Got a venue like you could do performances.
How am I just not hearing about? Man, it's so much. It's hard to keep up.
They just broke ground on it.
But talk about that. How big that is for the city.
I think it's huge, man. I haven't been down there yet, but shout out to Space Create Studios.
Shout out to her, man.
I try to tap in with every entity I can, especially out of Killeen, because I think it's important. All the avenues we can for the entrepreneurialism to really boost out there, the artists to really feel like they have places they can go to and feel comfortable. For me, I think that's important because where this started for me was in a different place. It started with my company was named Zip Squad Productions because I used to smoke a whole lot and do a whole lot of other stuff. And so I used to be.
I took the zip had to do with something with smoking, man. It can't be not. Yeah. I'm like, yo, and when you see two P's,
yeah,
you know, let's tap some of that Killeen. Exactly. What that Killeen talking about?
Oh yeah, finish that off for me. So that's where it came from. That's why it's green and yellow. And I don't even look. I got a brain for it. I don't even know where I was going with it.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. But that ended up how everything started. And shit, we just been pushing it from there, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to my homeboy Marquel. He the one that gave me the idea. He actually had it tattooed on him. That reminded me because I used to chill with him a lot. A safe space. You know what I'm saying? I used to chill with him a lot. I didn't feel like I really could go to a whole lot of places. I had gotten in some legal trouble. And like I said, the city out there is in a certain mind space. So once I caught the charges, I felt like there was kind of like a mark put on me in a sense. Like people looked at me like, oh, he's just a criminal now. So I kind of ducked off a lot. And so for me, it got to a point where I was like, I don't really feel comfortable in a lot of places. And so for me, having a safe space as an artist, as a blogger, whatever, if you just need to go to a studio or a coffee bar or whatever, like that's important to me. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Space Create again, man, for all the spaces that they do and all the services that they provide. It's actually downtown right across from City Hall, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're in the city and you tap in with this, man, it's right downtown, man. Go get you some work.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
And I see you mentioned Bandman Chaos. You be rocking with him?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. He hit us a few days ago. We was going live. I don't know. I forgot what he needed, but he didn't send us a text and that. So, hey, shout out Bandman Chaos.
Yeah.
Man.
How do you feel about I know you rock with Big Gang.
Yeah, Big Gang.
Yeah, shout out Big Gang. He's a big inspiration. I try my best to show respect and give flowers, regardless of if we may butt heads or I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff happens. We're grown. We're all men. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't agree.
Two creatives together ain't going to always meet eye to eye. They're going to bump heads.
So sometimes, even if I feel like I feel a type of way or anything, me and him address each other personally, you know, directly. And it's nothing but respect for bro. He came down and he popped out and made a big impact on the city, on Central Texas. And he's doing a lot of great things with a lot of artists. I just tapped in with his artist, Band's Universe. I have an interview dropping with him on Wednesday actually. So shout out to bro.
Making your runs, bro.
Yeah, trying to you know get like the greats. Like I said, I try to pull from people as far as like them setting an example, but it's in a respectful manner. Like that's how I try to come with things. So
what is that?
That's me. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
What the
we might need to change that chord. Yeah. You're having a lot of people on there. I was gonna ask you another. Oh, my bad to cut you off. So in Austin, who do you think that's maybe low key? That is next to kind of be doing this thing in the city? Do you know anybody?
Bro, nah, I mean, I can't say I don't know anybody, but I don't
Or
know.
who's your favorite artist in Austin?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to sound like a bandwagoner. I fuck with Quinn.
I had a feeling.
I just fuck with his rhyme scheme and the way that he raps. I've been listening to Everlasting. It's one of his singles on his new shit with Lil Tuzi. I had it on my playlist. That go hard.
That P&O is dope.
That's hard too.
I'm not gonna say what it stands for.
I know he gets a lot of flack too, but I like Dripped in Paint. He's controversial.
Dripped in Paint, that is surprising.
He's controversial, but
is he? I didn't really know that.
I think so in his own right. Like he likes. I feel like he kind of turns people on their heads a little bit.
What he said about when we asked him about we said how you feel about Queen. He said next.
Oh yeah,
we dropped
right.
that clip and it did some numbers,
but
Dripped in Paint is.
Yeah, he's a little.
He about that.
But I think he's cool. The OTM boys are cool. You know, I feel like if they really came up like a duo, because I don't know if there's more than the two. I only know about OTM Zay and OTM Thrax.
I think there's like 4
OTM Hollywood.
There's Hollywood, and I think there's one more.
I think I follow him actually.
Yeah,
I lied. I think he submitted yesterday. But I feel like if they come in and come out consistent as a collective, I think that'd be cool for them. I like collectives. I just did a superlative type of award thing with Big Gang, and we dropped a Team Builders Award. Dope. And I think some people, especially if you don't mind being in a group and you came in as a group already, use that. Like, you make that what make y'all and run with that too. And then once y'all get to a point, y'all can kind of do like I like to model stuff, man. Especially when it's a great model ahead of you. People just don't like to say that. Like the Migos did it. They came in as a group. Even when Offset got arrested, they held strong for Offset, brought him back, came up as a group, and then once they were up as a group, now you can branch off and make your own bread too.
There's a lot of, like,
you know
I heard somebody talk about that. I want to say Tank maybe even. He said everybody wants to be the lead singer. Because look at, TGT when there's like no more groups, especially for like men in America. K-pop's doing it. He put me on it, but that's the big thing. So I had another question I was going to end it off with. I forgot.
It ultimately, if you remember, I apologize, but it ultimately comes down to an ego thing. It's starting to get a little worse, but a lot of people aren't willing to play the part and not be the one to score. Like, I don't mind passing it. You know what I mean?
Everybody got a role.
Yeah. I don't mind if I don't even play that game. But I'm on a team. You feel me? That's why I'm just like, if it's Killeen or if it's from the foe, if it's, for me, I met a kid who passed away and Killeen's mom at an event before, and I was throwing up the fours, and she checked me. She was in the clutch. She was like, "What are you doing that for?" And I was like, I'm not affiliated with nothing. I do it for me. Like, this is for the Central Texas. Like, I just try to represent the best I can type. And so that's all it comes down to, is just, it don't matter if you're the one leading the event. It don't matter if you're the one putting on the whole thing. Like, I don't even have to be a part of it. That's why a lot of the stuff you see get tagged or posted, I don't even be there.
You see the cipher, the female cipher?
Yeah, that was fire too. I know
you tapped in with Pete Killer. Looks like too.
I'm tapped in with her. I think she's the only one from the cipher. But
what about Keena Love? She from the city.
Keena Love is out there.
I have to see her page, bro. I don't know her by name.
She was in the cipher.
Okay.
Keena Love, yeah.
So, my bad, shorty.
No, but I just saw that you were tapped in randomly to a Pete Killer. I was like, what the hell, Pete Killer be out there?
Yeah, I forgot who I met her through. It was a venue, I think like Ill Manor or something. I had brought Walk down here, and then I got a few. That's how I met Dripped in Paint. Actually, I networked with him out there.
Okay.
He put me on his music and stuff like that. We networked and stuff. So networking is big, guys. Even if you don't network with like a blogger or artist, like, just go talk to people. You ask them what they do, and they might do something. Well, you make music.
Make a good impression on people.
Yeah, they might tap in with you. You might get you a fan. They might be a real fan too. Like, they really come tap in, buy your stuff, and it's just like, if they say no, cool. Next, you know what I mean? People be, like I said, ego, man. A lot of people aren't willing to go through this types of things to actually build it. You know what
Everybody want to be the star. They don't want to make themselves bigger.
Yeah.
Like, NSYNC, Justin Timberlake had to do that first.
Yeah.
Then he became Justin, so.
Then he became Justin. Yeah.
Beyonce even did it, bro.
Facts.
Let's be real. Where can we find you at on social media?
Ned 4ZSP, NED 4ZSP. Zip Squad ENT, that's the blog. We have ZSP254 if you need graphics, and then ZSP MGMT, that's Zip Squad Management, if you want just like, it's just like tips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You don't really have to even tap in. It's just a page.
Okay, dope.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Having some employees, man, and y'all not gonna see me no more. I'm just trying to, and a lot of people think I'm out here trying to do like a campaign or be an artist. I'm just trying to make sure people understand what this is and, you know, what the concept is, and it's understood.
Yeah.
And once I can build a foundation that I feel like is strong enough, I can reach out, get some people that want to contribute, be able to compensate them accordingly, and then step back. You know, I have stuff that I want to plan to do as far as starting a family and stuff like that for myself. So at 5 years, I want to be somewhere starting that process. I have some land.
Oh, that's always good.
So I'm gonna leave that at that.
Dope. Leave it at that. Land. Yeah. That's how you leave it.
Yeah.
Anything else? Good. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming through. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
2023, keep turning up. Want to check back in with you in some, some months and whatnot.
Hold on. Spark Dog. Because we didn't talk. Did we talk about him?
Well, we talked about him before.
I just want to give him his flowers.
Shout out Spark.
Yeah, shout out to Spark. We always give him.
What does he mean to the city?
He's a big pillar, guys. Whether, like I said, the same thing with Gang. Me and him have also come to disagreements on things. Whether you want to agree with the overall picture or the concept, you have to step back and look at it and be real with yourself and see what he's doing and seeing what he's representing every day when he wakes up and puts the city's logo on his chest and he goes across the world. You know what I mean? That's big. And you have to respect that at the end of the day. So whether y'all want to respect it or not, that's the way it is. So shout out to Spark Dog, man.
Spark a lot.
Yeah.
Straight up Spark a lot. Hey, man, go check out that weight. He eating good. You can see in the video. But anyway, this is Jet with Pop Austin Media. We got Ned, Zip Squad ENT, Killeen. Hey, I'm signing out.
We outie.
Thanks for watching, y'all. We just hit that 10K subscribers. We're on our way to 11, so make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.